Yo, we're here. Hi everybody. Jassy, thank you so much for the resub. Appreciate you. How you doing? Nice to see you, Shade. How are you? Yep, your name is Shane now, apparently, according to the captions. Marty! I just found you and now you're leaving. Okay, the music in Obra Dinn slaps, so we're gonna go to the title screen. Hi, Marty. Found ya. Oh, the title screen's actually just peaceful. We don't get into the epic pipe organ. Oh, here we go. This game is like such good music. Thanks, Mort. Thank you for your wonderful insight. So, Lucas Pope is the one who made Papers, Please, I do believe. Has he made anything else? I think there was one more thing. We're gonna jam out to this music for a second. Lucas, what have you made? Those are notable credits, but do we have anything else? Hi, Viv! Nice to see you. Oh, did I miss a Morty yawn? Lucas Pope looks like Jack Sparrow. Okay, he's actually worked on like a bunch of stuff, but these Obra Dinn and Papers, Please are the ones that he's most known for. Hey, Ouija, nice to see ya. How you doing? Dragon Sage, did I say hi? Hello. Javil! Goodness! You should strike the Shane while it's hot. Thanks for the resub. Appreciate you. So for anybody who hasn't seen this game before, I've played this game. It's... I don't know what you want to call the genre. It's a knowledge-based game, so... It's not quite the same as, like, Outer Wilds in the sense that, like, once you know the answer, you just know it and you can't go back. Because obviously, I'm going back because I don't remember the answers anymore. But that being said, the whole point is that you're gradually discovering things and learning things and piecing things together. Which means that if you want to play this for yourself, you're either gonna stop watching me and go do it, or you can watch me and then forget about it for 5 years, like I did, and come back to it. It's a puzzle game, yeah. No fate solved, let's go. Lost at Sea 1803, the good ship Obra Dinn, which was not a real ship, by the way. I'm so excited for a boat game. There are not enough boat games, okay? Yeah, it's super easy to forget. The only thing that you're probably gonna remember, spoiler-wise, is, like, the story, which is kind of a fun thing to piece together, but it's not necessarily the point, right? The Honorable East India Company. Attention Chief Inspector, Insurance Claims, London Office. The Obra Dinn has returned. Dispatch to Falmouth immediately and prepare for a full assessment. And now we're here, 1807. This game has a great boat.
Said you'd need ferry to the Obra Dinn. Not many eager for that job.
I'm gonna turn the game up a little bit because hearing people speak is important.
I didn't.
What's in the box?
I don't know.
What's in the
I'll
box?
wake up in a few minutes.
Hey! Ow!
Carefully.
Okay, we're here. We're here, and this guy's gonna complain to me a little bit if I don't keep moving every now and then, but... Definitely no boat games out there, not a one. It's so hard for me to find, like, tall ship games, you know? Every one that I've wanted to play has either been, like, killed in development or whatever. But yeah, this game has a great boat. It is, if I recall correctly, Obra Dinn is not a real boat. I mean, that's for sure. It's an amalgamation of a bunch of boats, just to make it, like, look cool and have all these features. But I'm 98% sure that the main plan for the Obra Dinn was taken from the HMS Leopard, which was an East India Trading Company ship. Big ship, look at it! It's so pretty! Okay, buddy. Hey, can I have this? I have to remember how to do the controls. Hold on. Hold on. Anyway, we're gonna go up here real quick. Here we go. I know, I need to go back down and get the box, but I want to go up to the top of the ship. So it's really something to look at. I thought the sun was moving a lot, but it's just the boat. So the entire purpose of this game, there's a man over here. He is dead. We need to figure out what happened to him and who he was. And that repeats over and over and over for the entire game. There's, I don't know, 60 crew or something on the ship, and we need to figure out what happened to all of them. Because the ship has come back into port with nobody on it. And we're like, what the hell? And so we're an insurance adjuster. I know, buddy.
It's too heavy!
We're an insurance claims person figuring out how much we're going to pay out for all this stuff, and in order to do that, we need to figure out what happened. There he is, Jack Skellingman. Right on the floor. Looking good, Jack. Hello. I'm coming. Big baby. You really know about your boats. Are you a boat person? I am possibly the biggest boat person you have ever encountered.
It's too heavy. Take it yourself or open it here.
Because I like to sail. I used to sail a lot more than now. On tall ships. I was crew for quite a few tall ships, Flagship Niagara, etc. Flagship Niagara was my baby, my home ship. So I love sailboats, sailing ships, you know. You're absolutely an insurance agent, yep. Hey Chris, nice to see ya. How you doing? Yes, we're insurance agents. Return of the Obra Dinn, a catalog of adventure and tragedy, 1807. I trust that you now find yourself aboard the Obra Dinn. This is a book that we got out of this briefcase. I expected this day to come, and my every intention was to tell the ship's strange tale within the pages of this book. Regrettably, failing health has allowed me to produce only the basic outline that follows. Your presence on the Obra Dinn is critical. I leave the discovery of its fate and the completion of this book in your hands. The next few pages will seem bewildering at first. All will make sense in time. Use the pocket watch, which is the only really suspension of disbelief thing we're going to have for a while. Use the pocket watch to determine the identity and fate of everyone aboard. Complete each chapter accurately and return the book by guaranteed post to the French Office of Affairs in Morocco. The bargain chapter will remain unknown to you. I possess the details within, but have elected to keep them private for now. Thanks, buddy! So here's everything that happened on this ship. And we know none of it right now. Obviously there's been some murder. Just a little murder as a treat. And we're gonna be filling all of this out. Back here is a listing of the crew. So this is the whole thing. Everybody on the ship, there is like 60 people, I want to say. Maybe, yep, 60. So all these people had roles, and they're all from different places and all that sort of stuff, right? So we're gonna piece together who's who when we see them and how they're all related to each other. Like, these people worked together, these people didn't like each other. You know, this person died in this way. Whatever. So fates, we can choose. Robert Whitterell, where are you, man? Is this you? I can't tell. But we have all these pictures of people, and all their faces are grayed out because we don't know who any of them are. That's like the whole thing. I did skim through the entire book. Excuse you. I know there's like a bunch of chapters. The Doom! Cool. This page in the back is with the skulls. It's gonna gradually get more lines until we go all the way around once we figured out everybody. Like, every fate that we figure out is a line. And it'll go all the way around until we get to that fuzzy part, which is the part that the guy who wrote this book knows. He's the only one who knows that section of the story. Give me my pocket watch, bruh. Memento mortem. Think I need to play this for myself? Yes, it's such a good game. I'm really excited for the fact that I don't really remember who's who. I remember a little bit, so I'm gonna have an advantage, but I'm just gonna give you a tour of the ship as we go too, because it's so beautiful. But okay, let's do this first. This is the easiest one. Pocket watch.
Captain! Open the door! Kick it in. Ah! Lest we break it down and take more than those shells!
You bastards may take exactly what I give you!
Okay, so we're in the middle of a memory now, and we're watching what is happening. The fact that it's in this style is on purpose. It does just enough to obscure the details so that you actually need to do investigation. Thanks, Ouija! So, okay. This guy is shooting, and we can look at his face. I know who this guy is already. He's very obvious. Shooting this man. And this guy, he's like the linchpin of everything. I thankfully don't remember his name or his position or anything because it took us forever to figure out who he was, but he is in like every memory. Okay, so we've viewed what's happening. Is this gonna like let me out? Not right now. Okay, so yeah, we just have to wait for the memory to end. So you have time to look around, figure out what's happening. And then we get our book. So we're starting from the end of the story. This is where the ship was when this happened. Location of the body, the other people who were present. Who was this? How did they die? So we don't know who this person is. Like their name or anything. I guess it's going to explain. This person's face appears blurred throughout the book. This blurring indicates you don't yet have sufficient information to determine their identity. Their fate may be known and can be entered now. Trying to name them while their face is blurred would be unproductive. Carry on and pay attention. Faces will become unblurred when the information necessary to identify them has been revealed in some way. Some faces stay blurry the entire time. He died of dysentery. Oh wait, wrong game. So we know what happened to him. We don't know who he is, but we know that he was shot with a gun. By... I know who this is. We're not going to do it just yet. I know who the person is that shot him is, because it's super easy and we're about to find out. This guy was the one who shot him. And now we get the chance to continue looking at the memory if we want. Anywhere that's not inside this white boundary, we can go and walk around. In case there's like other people up here. Like, oh, surprise, actually, there's this dude over here that wasn't part of the scene. And he's got, like, a knife in his mouth. And that's kind of important, you know? So sometimes figuring out somebody's identity means looking around and being like, oh, you're doing something completely unrelated. And then we can just leave. Can't watch because spoilers. For sure, if you want to play this, check out. So that you can experience it for the first time yourself. Now let's look at this guy. As we look at more people, more of the boat's gonna unlock.
Must be in here someplace.
They're at The bottom of the sea.
That's a lie.
Okay, here we go. This guy again. Mr. Beanie Man, wearing his little cap. Got this guy, giving him a real slashing. We got this guy spiking this man with a spear, or like a stick. What else is going on around here? Anybody back here? Hi! You're just, hey, it's this guy. So this occurred a little bit later, right? This is the guy we saw going up the stairs, and he went up the stairs so he could jump off the stern, the back of the boat, presumably to come down here secretly and like join this fight. It's the knife nomin guy. Who is this? How did they die? Good God, I don't remember what this guy's name is. I think for the longest time, I thought that this guy was... Where is he? Lars, where are you? There he is. Denmark guy. Pretty sure that for the majority of the game, Husbando and I thought this guy was Lars, and I don't think that that's correct. He was... What happened? He wasn't... He was knifed. That is a word I would use to describe what happened to him. And again, I know who this person is that did it, but we're gonna find out in a second, so we can just wait. He got soup knifed. So his gun went flying back here. May or may not be a useful detail later, I don't remember. This guy was the one who was shot previously. And so now we can, now that we know what was going on there, we've got this body. It chains together pretty quick at the beginning, and then it spreads out a lot. This man is getting absolutely... He's doing like a karate movie. But this guy, the one from outside with the knife, came around the corner and got him with the knife. And this guy's like, nah, not on my watch, man. So he pulled, it looks to me, like he pulled the spear that got him out and just clobbered this dude right in the face. He's just leaving a trail of destruction behind him. Anybody else coming down? Back here? Sneaky? Nah, okay. Oh, but now we have this also. There's a lady in here. In the room nearby. This symbol means that door's locked for right now. It was Davy James. Man, imagine if it was Davy Jones. Buck-ass naked karate, right? He's a badass. So we're inside the captain's quarters for this entire encounter. This guy, also, you know, no way to know who he is. He's kind of dressed like a topman, but... And that's just like general boat knowledge. For me, he's kind of dressed like a topman. This guy got, would you call it clubbed? Would we call it clubbed in the face with a spear? What else do we have? He wasn't really speared. You know, that would imply like a poking. I probably will preliminarily call it being clubbed. Let's go with that. So these guys are still in the midst of a fight, but we've got this lady hanging out, and I believe she's gonna be the next place we go. So we could do either one now, but this is going to be the more helpful one, and you'll see in a minute. Rated E for everyone. Yep.
I'm
Abigail.
Alright, so we know
Your brother.
some relationships
My
here.
friend. I shot him. Dead. I'll be with you soon, my love. Please forgive me for everything.
Okay. So this guy, we can also zoom if we want to. And then if we do that, it'll show us in the picture of everybody that we have who this person is. This person has, shot themselves. So let's see here. Yep, we can go directly to the sketch. We know who this man is. This guy. This person's face is no longer blurred, which means they can now be identified. Revisit memories on the ship using the pocket watch to study relationships, appearances, and activities. Use the book maps, crew manifest, and artist sketches, along with the individual conversations, to find clues. There were 60 people on the ship when it left England. Determining everyone's identity and fate will not be easy. Decisive information is rare. You'll have to make assumptions using partial information. Some identities may only be revealed through a process of elimination. Good luck. This man. We're in the captain's quarters here. This guy's the captain. He's got the biggest, fanciest hat, you know. Memories where this person appears can be navigated from here. He's in 3 memories. Bookmark all memories where they appear for quicker navigation. Yeah, he's captain coded for sure. And he's meant to be like really easy to figure out because he's kind of a linchpin. Old Rob Whitty. Did you find it abandoned? The ship? Yeah, so the ship just appeared in port with nobody on it. And everybody's like, that's weird as hell. So they called me, an insurance guy, to come out and figure out what happened so that the insurance company can pay out all of the families for the insurance. Alright. So this guy, yeah, we know who he is. Don't know who this guy is, but this man was clubbed in the head, if you recall, and now we know who the captain is. We know, whoopsie, that he was clubbed by the captain. Similarly, this guy, what happened to this guy? He got knifed. I think by the captain, right? Am I remembering that correctly? The captain just decimated everybody. Somehow, oh, you know, we do have enough information to figure this guy out because the captain, boy, I just don't go far enough. The captain said, I shot Abigail, I shot your brother and my friend, which means that once we figure out Abigail, we will be able to figure out who her brother is. And this is Abigail. So we'll do that in a second. And from that, we have like a strong basis for going into the rest of the game where things are not going to be so rapid fire, you know, for the rest of the game. Exactly, you can match her last name. She's Abigail. Actually, she's Abigail Witterell, isn't she? Because he said my love. I think that's his wife. Oh, he met an unknown fate. Whoops. He shot himself. Forgot to put that in. Shot with a gun. Oh, wait. But this is a separate option. Suicide by gun. This may or may not be correct. Fates are validated in sets of 3. Correctly identify at least 3 people and their fates to have the information typeset into the book. So this prevents you from just like brute forcing it, right? Because you have to get 3 people correct at a time before it tells you that you're correct. So while we're in this memory, oh, thought that was a man. Well, we're in memories. Sometimes we can go into other memories, like a chain. So 4 people died in this segment of the story. Now we can go over to Abigail. Yeah, unless you know for certain 2 of them, that's true. Things are going bad for everybody. Hey, look! This is a thing, huh? So here is poor sweet Abigail getting absolutely decimated by, what is this? What part of the ship is this? A yard? Are we missing a yard somewhere? Presumably, yes, it came from there. So this guy also having a bad time. The music is so good. Alright, we can't get up here at the moment because there's a wave and this is blocking this. There's a lot of people here. Presumably this person, and this will probably be important later, this person is protecting these 2 women. So maybe they're related in some way. This guy with a sword, how important are you? You got a hat. I'm not done looking at the memory yet. That's the ship's pole. No need to thank me. You know what? I think you're right. I did too much boat tourism. Yeah, I ran out of time. It's the Doom! The corpse was moved post-mortem. This is true. We saw her die on the deck. We know that her name is Abigail. Abigail Hoskett Witterell. So Witterell's the name of the captain, who is her husband. She was crushed by... Yep, she was crushed by rigging. That's what I would certainly say. By extension, then, we know that the other person in... Not escape. Boy, escape is long. This guy, the captain said, was her brother. Since she is Hoskett Witterell, we must assume that this is William Hoskett. 3 fates correct. So all of these are going to be permanently in the book now. We did a thing, yeah. They wanted to give us 3 easy ones so that we figured out how to do this. Boop, 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 and on we go. 3 fates. So somebody else in this memory has perished. Oh, there's so many people just getting messed up. Hey, buddy. You look like somebody who doesn't normally sail. Like a financier or a doctor or something. Somebody like that. This guy. I'm gonna guess that it's him that didn't make it. So now we're going into a memory inside a memory. And so now we're going to be shown where this guy is. And he was here when he died. So now we can look. Ooh, okay, this is the tattoo guy. In the picture, there's only one dude who has tattoos. So he's easy to keep track of. That is also probably important in the sense that you know, maybe he's unique in some way that we could figure out from just his name or something. This guy, oh, he's throwing his gun to the other dude. Oh, and what are you? What are you? You're holding on to the capstan for dear life, I guess. Is this, no. This, I thought he had the beanie and he was, I'm gonna call that guy Lars, the guy in the beanie. I don't think his name is Lars, but it's what I always think his name is because we were wrong for most of the game. Alright. This guy, he got scraunched. He was wrung to death. I never noticed that, Chassis. That's cool. Alright, this guy, he's a man. He's a dude. And he was crushed? Yeah. Yeah, crushed by a beast. Strangled? He was kind of strangled. Strangled kind of implies the neck. I'm gonna go with crushed by a beast, perhaps. Crushed by a terrible beast, no less. Oh yeah, torn apart. Maybe torn apart because... Wait, what's the option here? It was torn apart by... Do we have the option for beast? Torn apart seems to be only crew member. Oh, no. Beast. By a terrible beast. Because he was ripped in half, wasn't he? Yeah, torn apart was there. Yeah, strangled implies more finesse. Like intentional at the neck, right? Okay, so this is a man. Farewell, man. Who else has perished in this memory? You're hiding. Oh, something happened to you. A gentle and passionate beast. One of my only criticisms of this game, from recalling playing it before, was that this thing that shows you where the bodies are, because of like the visual style, it's easy to lose it sometimes, and then you have a harder time finding the body that it's showing you, you know? Yeah, sweet beast is just kind of insulting to the beast. Okay. There is a man up in here. We can't even really see him anymore. Who has been exploded when they said throw the powder, so presumably they threw gunpowder, which just really would not have done very much of anything. So maybe this guy threw the powder at this guy, and it exploded, or they threw it to him and then he exploded it on purpose. Who knows? Who else is around here? We can't go below decks because this guy is tumbling. Hey, here's this man before he gets picked up and ripped in half. And then who are you? You're just a dude. You don't have like a fancy hat or anything, so you're just a guy. We're gonna call this guy exploded or lit on fire or whatever happens to be the closest. And it does have the location of the corpse thing if you get like turned around, but how did they die? They were kind of burned, but let's see what else we've got. Oh yeah, no, they were exploded. That's better. They were blasted by an explosion. I would call it that. Alright, and now our door has been unlocked. Cool. not going to open the book right now. So now we can go below decks. Before I do that, I am going to go find Mort because he hasn't been on camera for a second. And I'm also going to go get a drink. So give me like 2 seconds and I will come back. I'm here. Hi. Yeah, I do actually have a BRB screen. You just almost never see it. Okay. Got my juice. Here's just some Gatorade. The blue Gatorade. Cool blue. It says. Morty is behind all of these sunflowers. Over here, so you like can't see him at all. Okay, before we go below decks, yeah, washer fluid, right? Speaking of, my windshield wiper cable has come disconnected twice in the last week. It's very frustrating. Okay, before we go below deck, let me give you a ship tour, because I love ships, okay? Here's the bell. I was telling this story in my Discord. The flagship Niagara has a bell. It's not quite in this position. It's more like right here. But Oliver Hazard Perry stole it from the Queen Anne. No, the Queen Charlotte, I meant. Because he was fighting War of 1812, Battle of Lake Erie. And he was on the Lawrence, a absolutely gargantuan ship that the Queen Anne sank. It's the Queen Charlotte. I don't know why I keep saying the Queen Anne. Oh, also we didn't look at the shiny thing in the water. That's kind of a whole thing in this story. Just shiny thing hanging out over there. But, so anyway, Queen Charlotte sunk the Lawrence. Oliver Hazard Perry was like, man, I really loved that ship. I'm really upset about that. So he got on the flagship Niagara, which was the ship that I learned to sail on. And when they sank the Queen Charlotte, Perry went and stole the bell from the Charlotte to put on the flagship Niagara so that he could just like aggressively ding it whenever he wanted to because he was so salty about it. So that's the bell. This part of the ship is called the jib or the prow, but the prow is more like just the pointy part right here. The thing that sticks out is the jib. It has a jib and a flying jib or a jib boom because it's got two little pointy things. And there's a bunch of sails that can come up here. You got jib sails, you got staysails, that's what these diagonal things are. Fun times. These, the things that you climb up when you want to go up there, up to the sails, are called ratlins. And they're usually kind of oily and gross and smelly. But it's like a smell that you come to love, you know? You know? What's the cut of the jib? Exactly. There is no jib right now. It's all down. All the stuff got torn up. So there are 3 masts. It's a big ship. Which means that this is the mizzen mast. This is the wow, my brain just exploded. The foremast, and this is the mainmast. Does this ship have a spanker? It does have a spanker! So this, going across here, is called the spanker because it's on the butt of the ship. And you can see if I stand here, it's kind of moving a little bit. It moves side to side, and the captain would usually be standing kind of here to watch the ship. That's usually where the captain stands. He's not on the front. And some ships, like the Niagara, have a spanker that's low enough you have to actually duck when it swings side to side, or you're gonna get clobbered in the face. This is just a hatch. Usually the kitchen is down here. Not always. These things that are all the ropes are attached to are called blocks. These little ding-dongs are what the side boats are attached to, the boats that you might lower down from your boat, like cutters. What do we got going on back here? So here's the helm. This is a very, very big ship, which is why the helm isn't up there. More hatches. All of these are called pegs, which is where you tie up all the things that go to the sails. This is a cage with an animal in it that doesn't have an animal in it anymore. Exciting. I guess the only other thing really up here, besides all these masts, is this, which you're gonna get spanked. Nobody usually knows what this is. It's called a capstan, or a capstan. You stick... I wonder if it has any sweeps down here, because this is usually where you would keep them. I see no sweeps. That's probably just a game design thing. Sweeps are oars for big boats. And so they function as, you know, oars down below. Again, I wonder. Do we have... Maybe not on this deck? Oh yeah. These are ports for cannons, but the ports can also function as the place you stick the oars out of. If you're gonna, you know, row the ship. And so there's a part of the oar that looks like an oar. The big flat part, right? And then on the back, the part that you hold onto when you're rowing, it's shaped like a square, so that you can stick it into the capstan. And then everybody sticks theirs in, and they all walk in a circle, pushing those, and you stick, like lines, ropes around the bottom of the capstan, and it spins the rope, which helps you hoist up really heavy things. That's how you lift masts onto, you know, each other like that. It's how, if one of the yard arms, which are these things that the sails are attached to, if one of those needs to be tilted up or down and it's really heavy, you put it around the capstan and you can do that. A lot of the time the capstan is used for the anchor. To pull the anchor back up. Where is our anchor, by the way? Do we not have an anchor? Have we lost our anchor? Maybe we've lost our anchor. Anywho, those are the parts of a ship. Did boating so much make you great at cable management? You would be so upset at what the cables in our house look like. You activate it to drop your anchor. Yep. You unspin the capstan and the anchor goes down. Here's a bunch of guns. These specifically look like carronades instead of cannons or long guns, which means they would shoot 32-pound cannonballs. That's what the Niagara shot. And I was on the gun crew. I was a sponger and loader. Here's a dead man. I can guess what happened to him. Heeling over means, like what you see here, the boat is tipping hard in one direction, which is what happened to this man to cause him to get crunched. This is a packer or a jammer. It's what you use to shove the gunpowder into the cannon. And this thing on the floor is the sponge. As per my mention that I was a sponger. After the cannon shoots, you put the wet sponge in there and you go goosh 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 so that you clean the gunpowder out before you make the next shot. Alright, man. You had a bad day. Who are you? Oh, your foot was in the way. Okay, you're standing next to a mate. Pretty sure those are mates with the hats. The fancy hats. So why would you be... Hello, beastie. Why would you be standing next to a mate if you were just a random dude? Yeah, I dealt with the front of the cannon. Sometimes I would be in charge of also putting it back into place, which you do by hauling on ropes to pull it like back and then forward again to get it ready to shoot. But I would deal with it mostly when it had already gone flying backwards because it's shot, right? See you later, Chris. Nice to see ya. This man died by... He was probably crushed. Yeah, by a cannon. Look at that. Crushed by a loose cannon. No idea who you are. And this is the only memory we see him in, apparently. So... 4 others were present. Yeah, see, he's standing... Wait, is this William Hoskett? Wasn't that what his face looked like? So he's standing next to the first mate. Why would he be that important? Because these people, this whole picture, which shows essentially everybody, like this picture, there's 2 pictures here, mostly shows everybody on the ship. They are standing like in rank order. They're all standing by their buddies to deal with this guy. So I don't know why he would just be standing here when he looks completely unimportant. No offense, dude. Who else has is it you? Who hath been crunched? Okay. It is a man over here. How do I get to you? Okay, okay. Hey, buddy. Oh, you can see, there was a... There was a loader in the cannon. Maybe we'll still get to see it. Yeah, you can still see it. See, so they were in the middle of loading the cannon. They were pushing the gunpowder back into it prior to putting the cannonball in. And so they would have tilted it up, put the cannonball in, rolled it forward, or pulled it forward rather, and then shot it. Here's the cannonball. Usually, they're not showing it presumably just because you don't want too many assets on the screen, but on either side of this window, there would be like a block. Block as in the thing that the ropes go through. And the rope would be attached to the cannon, go to the block, and then come back out, and you haul on the rope to make the cannon go forward, right? So this guy probably got pulled toward the window somehow because the window was broken. Oh no, that's bad news for this guy. Okay. Kraken man grabbed the cannon, flung it sideways. This guy just happened to be in the way. Really bad day for this dude. That way you're sure not to get crunched like Crunchy over there. Yeah. Imagine getting shot by a kraken. Well, at least it sounds badass. Is anybody else around here? Someone else also died. Just making sure that this is the only man related to the krakening at this point. So this guy was about to get absolutely decimated on this wall, which means this happened first. And who are you? Oh, you have a fancy hat! Sorry, your hat got blown off, dude. This game is basically, and then things got worse. Ain't that the truth? Wait, who was the other guy? I was looking for somebody else who died, and I didn't find them. So this guy in the hat was shot by a cannon. Yeah. Because he wasn't technically killed by the Kraken, right? But by an unknown attacker, though, a beast. A terrible beast. And this is the only memory he's in. Who is this man? Though. Okay, so here's this guy. Oh, I guess we're about to find out who this other man is, presumably. Oh, I didn't even see you, buddy. You got crunched, albeit in a different way than the previous guy. Yes, alive is an option. Just because they are not here doesn't mean that they're not alive. That's true. Yeah, the author of the book is on the list, right? Alright, bad news for this guy. The thing that they said, belay spark, they were getting ready to fire the gun. They had the lit thing that they were going to use on the wick. And then belay spark means, oh my god, don't do that. Please wait. Would you say this guy was crushed by a cannon? Or is he crushed by a beast? With all the death and the Kraken. Yeah, so the guy who owns the book said he knows some of what happened, but he's not gonna write it down until we figure out more of what happened. And then we're supposed to, like, send him the book. So we know he's alive. I think I would call this crushed by a beast. Because, yeah, the cannon's getting him, but you can see, like, his stomach is kinda, and his leg is getting crunched. Smooched by a Kraken. Don't know who he is. There's a lot of people who the only time we're seeing them is during this incident. Crushed? Yeah, we'll go crushed with a beast for now. If it's not entirely correct, we can amend it later. Okay. Guys, you're not technically dead yet. So this guy right on front of the cannon must be the one that got utterly blasted over to here. But what happened to this guy? They didn't both get blasted, I don't think. And who else is around? We've unlocked some doors. Or some new places. Yeah, there was his hat. His big ol' tarpaulin hat. Did we see you before? We've seen this guy, right? Yeah, okay, it was just this guy. The loose cannon guy. Who came from flying over there. Alright, these people we know about. Oh, blood. Cool. Hey, this is the door that unlocked. Alright. Blood splatter. Coming from... I guess it stops here. Blood on the floor. And a knife. You can see. Alright, buddy. What's your deal?
Oh no! You're cut!
Don't leave me.
Bear up, son. I'll stay with you.
Tell Pete's mother I tried my best
Aye.
to pull him back, to save him.
You tell her yourself.
That guy's super Irish or something.
Bring the surgeon's kit!
So the fact that he said Brennan bring the surgeon's kit doesn't really help me, because I don't know if he's calling for Brennan to go grab the surgeon's kit because the surgeon is already dead, or because Brennan is the surgeon, you know? But this guy has something to do with a guy named Pete, who also presumably seems to die. And this guy is, like, Irish as hell, or possibly Scottish, and apparently also a mate. Because again, those are mates' hats. Are you Brennan? It's Lars! Again, he's not Lars, but... Lars, is that half of a guy's head? Or his hat, perhaps? Because this guy doesn't really have a face anymore. Oh, there's two dudes. Does that guy have a knife in him? Was that the knife that was over there? He's giving Lars. Like I said, I am calling him Lars because I'm pretty sure he was one of our final fates that we solved. Even though he's supposed to be, like, fairly easy. And we had him as Lars for most of the game. Writing down this guy was murked crazy style. Okay, this guy... I think was the one on the floor, right? Who presumably got stabbed by that knife and then crawled in there. So I guess... Sure, that's what we'll say. He was knifed. He was knifed to question. By somebody. Yeah, I wanna know who this guy is because... There's... Are all of these available? No. Okay. What are we looking for? This dude isn't dead yet, so we can't look at him. Can't go this far back. Yeah. We can just look at this dude. One of the many back here in the pile. He's over here. By the stairs. Normally, this would be the kitchen instead, because remember when we were up above decks? Oh, it doesn't actually have... It has the hatch on top, but it didn't, like, put it in the assets to connect down here. This is... We were standing up here when I said this would be the kitchen, but this appears to be a dining room instead, so similar.
What's all this, you damn fool?
This guy, he just loves it. Wasn't this the guy who... Oh no, this was the guy who knifed the captain. He didn't club him. It was the other guy who clubbed him. Maybe. I kind of don't remember. Alright, so this dude has a gun shooting this way at... Oh. Does this guy not have a face because he got shot, I guess? And he's already on the ground by the time this guy gets smashed in the back of the head. But this guy... He was bleeding in this direction? So he... There's no way that he walked without a face. So... I guess he was already injured over here, walked over here, and then got shot. I would presume. And then this guy was like... How dare you? Who is this? They were a mate of some kind. That is all I know. I don't know who. How did they die? I'm gonna say that they were shot because that guy's gun was like a double-barrel gun, which would, I would presume, be enough to shoot a person's face off. But it could be that Lars clubbed him and then clubbed the other guy as well. I should just put Lars into all of these so I remember who it was. Alright. So presumably... Oh wait, we were looking at the other guy first. I have them backwards. I'll fix that in a second. I don't think you can club someone's face clean off. Maybe he's just exceptionally proficient at clubbing. Alright, so that guy's over there. I want to look at this guy again because, I did it wrong. Not you. Not you. Oh, yes. Yes, you. You, buddy. I had it backwards. I was putting in the fate for this guy, which I said was clubbed in the head. We're talking about this guy at the moment, I think. And then in a minute, we're gonna talk about this guy, so... I said that this guy was shot in the face, and that was false. Who are you? Oh. Oh, well this guy didn't make it. Oh, this was the one that went in there and turned around and bled out on the floor. So this is the Irish dude. Or Scottish, whatever. Which means he's not Brennan. Brennan must be out there somewhere. Because he was the one that joins this dude. Okay. Okay, okay. And this is all we know about this man. Did someone say clubbing? Where's me door? Where's me door for departure purposes? Okay. Okay. Alright, dude. He was not shot. This guy was clubbed. The other guy was shot. This guy, very clearly, was shot. Whoops.
King off. Captain Campbell first.
You have a plan?
Yes. Take ship and sail east. Trade treasure fish and shells for gold. Hey, who's there?
Mutiny!
Yeah, somebody got caught listening in. Gunshot? Yeah, okay. Yep, that guy definitely got shot. I don't think there's much of a question there. So the fact that he didn't get shot until right now, which again, this blood trail going in here doesn't appear to apply to him, and it also doesn't appear to apply to the other guy who ended up on the floor there, being clubbed in the head. So it must just all be this dude. Which I kind of thought he came down the stairs. It's Lars! I told you he's everywhere. He's here all the time. And who are you? You look very, very classy in your dress. It's the maid again. Just like Mort, always here. Yeah, blew a chunk out of his hat. Sorry, buddy, I don't even know what your face looks like to know which one you are, so... Oh, but yeah, we can tell by his hat. Because he has the rigid-looking hat. He got shot? Can I specify in the face? So we still don't know who this guy is. He's a mate, but we don't have enough information to figure out which mate. Aside from he's not the first mate. Because that's Hoskett and he's already accounted for. What's going on? We got anybody up here? Aha! This guy's getting thrown overboard. What if Lars is you? Thanks, buddy. I already know where this is. It's up on the poop deck.
Let them go!
Alright. Oh, hello, lady. She ruined this guy's day. Is this the guy with tattoos? No, he's just got a shirt. Lars, god damn you. Which one are you? Okay, random drunken man. He's hanging out with these guys. Your body's in the way, sir. Yeah, okay. He's hanging out with these dudes drinking or playing a game or something. Is that Lars over there? On the left? Oh, hi. How are you doing? Other side of the boat down here. I think that's the other lady. Pretty early on we saw a memory of a guy protecting two women. And I think that's... There was another dude here the whole time. Yeah, oh yeah. Tattoo guy got cronked by the beast. He got ripped in half. I'm gonna go ahead and say this guy got shot by a lady. So yeah, this dude got shot. This guy might have also gotten shot by the same lady and then fell down. And there's that sparkly thing out there. Always. I'm happy to be a terrible influence on your vocabulary. I speak in nonsense. You should hear me and Husbando talk just on the regular.
Last one.
It's unintelligible.
Quick.
You'll not take the last one.
Let them go!
Okay, I'm gonna say this guy's Paul. Because they were very concerned about him, yeah. She told him to look out, and then when something happened to somebody, she said no, like that was very unfortunate. And also, she blasted this guy's face off. So, I'm gonna go ahead and say this is Paul. And he was helping them get down onto this boat. There's a lot of people down there. Because they said they're not gonna let them take the last boat. I told you that they hung boats off the side of boats. This is a cutter. Or a yaw, I guess. But... Who's this dude? Friends with them? Also, I guess? Hey, here's the captain. He's trying to get everybody's attention. Lars? There he is! Just... It's not where's Waldo, it's where's Lars. Alright, buddy. I think we can actually solve you. You are Paul. Paul. Where is Paul Moss? First mate steward. Does that check out? He was like... Yeah, killed sword. Killed sword. Oh, we can't actually solve him because we don't know who that guy is. How many people died in this encounter? Captain, excuse me. Are there people down here who were dying at this time? Oh, geez, there were. Oh, this guy's the blood trail. What are you doing out here, Mr. Sneaky? I've seen you before. You were the one that just got your face blasted off. I can tell by the hat. That guy doesn't have an arm. Hey, buddy. I'm gonna assume you got your arm ripped off by a beast instead of Lars with a club. He's just got like a plus 10 reinforced club, destroying everybody.
We're in a bad way.
The squid. Where is my Frenchman?
The squid's gone. Your mate was torn apart.
The beast is dead. How? How did you kill it?
We didn't. It left with the storm. Captain came up from the hold. Said he chased it off.
Well, that was
You should
bold.
rest.
A bold claim that the captain
Like that.
by himself did it.
Those that lived for nothing.
Okay, we're gonna need to watch that again. That was a lot. So this dude, the beast, got to him. People who are not in here are French. I think they said somebody's name. We're gonna need to watch this again. Yeah, captain's coming up. Wait, is this the captain? That's not the captain. This is some other dude coming up. This is probably the guy that was sneaking around outside this wall in a second. Who are you? It's the captain! He is in fact around here. This guy had an accent also? Cheviel, did he have a French accent? Are there two French people on the ship? Is kind of the question, because he called for a French person who is not in the room. No, it wasn't French. And they said that the French person got torn apart. So... the only person that we've known so far to get torn apart is the guy with the tattoos. This guy, I'm gonna say he was like... is ripped apart or something. Struck. Spiked. Fell from... clawed? He had something horrible happen to him because of the beast. May I point at either of my two guesses for the accent? Yes. Sure. I know we have some German people. We have one guy from Denmark. I mean, I guess I can look. Austria. France. We got the Irish guy. Italian. Uh-oh, we have an Irish guy and a Scottish guy. I can't tell the difference. One of them's a butcher, one of them's a purser. Formosa is, an older term for... Singapore? Let me look. Oh, you're right, Verdammt. You're right. He did say that. See, I knew I would have to watch it again. There was so much information there. Taiwan. Formosa is Taiwan. One guy from India. Oh, there's two from Ireland. Oh, that ruins everything. One man from Persia, a bunch from China, Russia, Denmark, Wales, Sierra Leone. That's cool. Ireland. There's so many people from Ireland. Okay, I'm gonna say he's not alive. That's for sure. I'm gonna preliminarily say he was clawed because I don't really know that anything else could have done that. He was not eaten. Well, he kind of expired. You know what? Let's say this. No, not from old age. Not that. Because he didn't technically die, like, from what happened. He died afterwards. But... Beard spike strangled... Struck? Whose tail wing? Maybe. But... we don't know by what if those things are true, so... I could have put him in as, you know what? Let me... Who do we have? Alfred Klestel. What is he wearing? He does have nice clothes, which could indicate that he is the bosun. Austria, you know, that checks out. Gunner. Gunners also wear hats. That doesn't really help, does it? England. Scotland, China. England, Russia. Denmark. There's Lars! It's always Lars. I'm gonna put him in as the bosun for now. Where is he in the whoops? In the picture. That could really be anybody. Sometimes the fourth mate is also the bosun. And we have captain, first mate. I think the second and third mates would be these two. So it would be kind of weird if the bosun was standing like so far away. But here's another guy in a hat. Like one of the Why would you be standing so far away? We're gonna keep it for now. Died by dying from earlier, yep. And now who are you? You're another man. Okay. Okay, hold on. Oh yeah, now we can look at this better picture. Yeah, captain, mate, mate, mate is what's going on here. So yeah, it's weird that presumably fourth mate would be standing over there. I don't know who the heck you are. Maybe you are the fourth mate and you're not standing with your buddies. I have no context for knowing who this man might be. Or you. You're not necessarily the doctor just because you're concerned about him, so... You were not the captain, you were the captain. Oh, hi. Who are you? You're coming out of some quarters. This is some kind of officer because he's coming out of some quarters. Crew members would sleep in the deck below in hammocks. So he's some kind of important-er person. And that's the extent of my knowledge. A lot of people died, and there were some people... I think the other slashes mean there were people in there who didn't die. Like the captain, right, didn't die in that situation. 4 wayward souls disappeared during the events of this chapter. Their fates are cataloged here. Who is this? Don't know. They're alive. Oh, they're somewhere. Oh boy. There's no way to know where they went. But these two are always together. Are there 2 people who are the same name? This is a deduction rating. A higher rating means that it will be more difficult to deduce this person's identity. Focus on the easily deduced identities first and leave the more difficult ones for later. Because maybe this could be like a mother-daughter deal. Because they're always together. We have ladies' names. Finley Edward. Emily Jackson. Miss Jane Bird. Davy James, not Davy Jones. Are they the only women? Edward Martin, Charles, Winston, because Abigail's already accounted for. I guess they could be an unknown passenger. But I think they're the only women. And this lady would be the older one. Because this lady would be a miss, probably. And she's a little bit younger. Let's just put that in for now. If those are wrong, that's fine. They were roommates. Look at the beginning of the book, actually. Obra Dinn, preface. Yeah, so you mean like look at the map to figure out where they went? Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. We have a map? I don't know that I ever saw this. Hold on. So if we're looking aft, the second... Oh, they do have a separate fourth mate and bosun. Okay. So somebody was coming out of one of these rooms. First, odd-numbered mates are on the starboard side. Okay. So this guy coming... Oh, where'd he go? Is that a different memory? I want to go back here for a second.
Put me down.
The guy coming out of this room is the first mate.
This is good.
We already know that. Is he marked? Yes. Aw, dang it.
The squid's gone. Your mate was
Okay, fine.
The beast is dead.
Fine. I thought that I had accomplished something important. Oh my god, deckhand, look at the butt. The author's note. You mean like the preface? Yep, life at sea. Sketches. Yeah, okay, what do we... Pocket watch. French Office of Affairs in Morocco, you mean. But Henry Evans... I mean, I guess maybe he was on that ship. They have more than one ship. More than one cutter. I guess I can get up there now. Although the cutters won't be here anymore. Because they have the pegs for their cutters. So presumably they had one on this side also? Okay, where to next? Can we get into those... These quarters? What's going on in this one? Shirt, sink. Alright, not much in here right now, I guess. Well, it is true that now we know that Henry Evans is in Morocco. Oh, we can get into all these quarters now. Is that a squid piece? What is that? Okay. For now, these places seem pretty unaffected by the doom. Okay, this is the one. Yep, with the knife and the dude that was crawling on the floor. How did he get the knife out of his back? Surely the guy in there wasn't the surgeon then, because he wouldn't have pulled the knife out. And this is the whole side of the ship that got destroyed. Okay, nobody is really telling me anything in these quarters. This guy got smaunched. Yeah, this guy's room is open. Oh. There's a man out here. Afoot or something.
On your toes.
Chinese, okay.
Slack the lifts and lower the boats. The whole crew will be on us. Give it up.
They said boats. There are 2 boats. There are 2 cutters. Yeah, here's the other one. Who are you? You got a nice little bow tie thing going on there. Okay, this guy's holding a hostage. She was Chinese. Oh, rip in peace, man. So this guy, yeah, his foot is stuck in the rope. So he's the one who fell over. And it's his foot that we see now. And I have no further information. It's the same knife that stabbed that guy in the back, but there's... No, the hatch is currently closed. So he wasn't the one who stabbed the guy down below. What happened to you, dude? Oh, maybe he did. No, because then the knife would still be in his back. Is this guy the one that he stabbed with the knife and then just... he wandered all the way down? wherever these guys are getting away to, if they get away, presumably they get away to the Canary Islands, because it's like right there. Okay. Okay. This guy... I mean, technically he got shot, right? Whether he died at that moment, or just hung on the side of the ship for a while, we don't know. There are so many other people. Oh, hi. Oh, it's you. He's in the picture. He's the one, we're near the beginning, so... He is... this guy. The one that everybody's looking at. And the one who's being shot at, because all these guys are shooting. This guy is just minding his own business. He's like, huh? Something happening? Alright. Oh boy, we're really going for this. There he is. Where's he hanging from? The world may never know. Presumably, perhaps, he was hanging from, one of the... What was he hanging from? Like, a clue? Unsure, but anyway... he's here, and he's really easy to find. There's so much subtle detail going on regarding why he was hanging outside the window. Yeah, the shooting probably didn't help. I assume that the shooting was why he fell over the side. But this guy's really easy to find. So I think this is a good place to stop because I know exactly where he is, and he's not muddled in with a million other bodies. So... let's raid out, and... uh-oh, Armando is talking to me. Yeah, let's raid out, and we will continue the investigation next week. Who's streaming? We're probably just gonna raid Barry. Tic Tac. Let's also raid Tic Tac. How long has he been streaming? Oh, he's only on Gaius. So sure, let's raid Tic Tac because he is doing Shadow of the Colossus any % world record attempts. So that should be fun. But thanks for hanging out, everybody. I love games like this. Obviously it's a boat game, so I'm already happy. And it's really nice that I don't remember basically any of this information. There is one guy, possibly a second, but one guy that I do know just from memory. But we kind of have enough information to identify him anyway, so we haven't really missed much based on the fact that I've played this before, so... the rest of it I genuinely don't remember. So, say hi to Tic Tac when you get over there. Wish him luck for the world record, and I will see you on Tuesday doing something. I don't know, maybe we'll do eco or something. Thanks, Jazzy. I appreciate that. I'm hopeful that as we continue with the boat stuff, maybe I can provide some more boat-specific insight about, like, parts of the ship and stuff that might just add a little bit of flavor, you know? So, yeah, say hi to Tic Tac. I'll be back on Tuesday for something. I don't know what yet, but thanks for hanging out, everybody. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you later. Bye!